How did he propose? Can we see pic? Will you and Derek want kids one day? Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week I thought we would do a little Q&A. I posted on my Instagram earlier last week a little pop-up box for you guys to ask me questions. So I saved them on my phone. I have 3 pages full of questions. So let's get started. First, I guess a lot of people probably don't know me, but they asked, what nationality am I? I'm actually Portuguese and a Latina from Guatemala. My mother's a Saurian from the island, and my dad's from Guatemala. And yeah, nice little mix, feisty mix. But I'm very proud of my nationality. The next question is, how was your Invisalign experience? If my dentist is watching this, I am very sorry. My experience was really good, but I was the bad customer, if I could say. Obviously, an Invisalign treatment is like clear trays that kind of like replace braces. The only thing is that I wasn't wearing them all the time. I'm supposed to wear them most of the day and also at night. I was terrible. I train people for living, so my speech was very hard, especially towards the beginning. I was having such a hard time, so I wasn't wearing them as much. But overall, my teeth now close, so my smile didn't used to close. I'm gonna give you a little close up. So my teeth here didn't used to touch, now they touch. And I'm thinking about doing composite bonding on my 4 front teeth. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do it now or if I want to wait. But yeah, my experience was good, but I was the terrible customer for the overall treatment. Hey, what's your recommendation for a beginner runner? I love this question, and honestly, when I first started, I was using the app Runna and Strava. So basically Runna, you could start recording your runs and it's going to suggest you paces off of your runs, and then it could build you a program for a 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, which is amazing. For a beginner, I would probably recommend just going out for fun. Don't go for paces, don't go for time, just try to enjoy, add 1 kilometer. Just enjoy being outside. For sure, it's gonna depend on the weather outside, but Runna is a very good app if you're looking for more of a structure, and it's not very expensive. Which Airbnb do you recommend in Australia? So in Australia, we started our trip in Melbourne. We stayed at a hotel, which is the One Hotel. Then from there, we flew to Sydney and we stayed at the Eve Hotel, which was very centered to the city. And from there, we went near Bondi Beach, which was our first Airbnb, and it was located in Tamarama Beach, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna put the link to the Airbnb in my description box of this video. If you have any questions, you could also message me. Then afterwards, when I was in my solo trip, I honestly rented a guest house. Why a guest house? I purposely wanted to force myself to be outside of where I was staying. If it was a beautiful condo with a beautiful view, and I don't think I would want to go out as much, especially when like I'm a bit shy or uncomfortable for the beginning. So I really just rented a guest house, which was super safe. And yeah, it allowed me to like leave the room more often because it was really like a bachelor, a bed, a little kitchen, bathroom, that's it. Do you have dog mama guilt when you're out all day? If so, how do you handle it? So my partner and I both work from home, so our dogs are not really alone very often. Example, right now I'm recording this because Derek is outside of the house. I love doing my videos when he's not around because I'm super shy. But if they're alone, I don't have really guilt because my dogs are very quiet. I have 2 chocolate labs, Chance and Richard. They're very I don't want to say lazy, but they don't need much activity. We like stimulate them enough, we train them enough. So if your dog, you feel like they're bored or you feel guilty, try to like stimulate them, train them, play with them. So then they could just relax, like just a little heel, sit, place, all of these little tricks really like stimulate your dog a lot, and they tire them so much. You're working them, right? So not much guilt for that. If not, they would stay home, I don't know, maybe like a 3-4 hours, nothing crazy. And we mostly bring them with us if we go away for longer than that. Will you and Derek want kids one day? Oof, is this an appropriate question nowadays? I don't know. I personally feel comfortable answering it, but also keep in mind that, hey, I might be telling you, I've been trying for 3 years and I'm not getting pregnant. So maybe try to be aware of the questions that you guys ask. Sometimes they're mostly delicate for a lot of people. For me, honestly, I feel very open talking about this subject. I would love to have kids of my own with Derek. He would be an amazing father. And yeah, I would love to have the opportunity to raise my own children, and, just see how I could raise them differently than how I was raised. So yeah, I'm very excited. Hopefully one day it happens. If it doesn't happen, we're okay with that. We love each other very strongly, and we're okay with whatever comes to us, but hopefully one day. Next question is, hi, thank you for sharing any sports bra you really find really supportive for running. Oof, by the top of my head, I don't know if I'm gonna remember them, but I love the Inner Self one. That's a specific brand. If not, the Lululemon. All of the A-B supports are not gonna be that great. I have one specific, I can't go get it. If not, I'm gonna like lose time, but it's more like the Nulu type of bra, but it's more supportive from the front. I'm gonna link it below, but from Lululemon, it's my favorite one. I have it in black, white, and beige. But Lululemon has really great ones. If not, Inner Self as well. Best vitamins for bloating and inflammation. Honestly, I don't take many supplements. For digestion, I would recommend digestive enzymes. I take the one from ATP. So what is it gonna do? You're gonna take it before going out for dinner or eating a higher protein meal, which you are probably not used to. And that digestive enzyme, when you take it before, is gonna break apart your food easily. So it's gonna be easier for you to digest. But those are really the only supplements. I don't really take any supplements. I try to take more foods and, go more towards that route. If not, if you notice you're bloated, try to like process of elimination. See, what are you eating? I mostly eat a lot of the same stuff during the week, so I kind of know. And before eating fried foods or foods that I'm not used to, I take a digestive enzyme. Where did you and your fiance meet? So Derek and I met 8 years ago. 8 years ago? 9 years ago? 8 years ago. I was with one of his guy friends at a cafe, which was called Cafe Farina's on Notre Dame West. And Derek was there with one of his guy friends. And it just happened that we met there. I, for the first time, had zero interest in Derek. But Derek fell in love with me. And from there, it's history. But yeah, it took a lot of time for me personally to kind of like feel more comfortable talking to someone. I was in a very toxic relationship prior to being with Derek, so I kind of like gave myself a good year to 2 years to really work on myself, recover from that relationship. But yeah, I was at a cafe and I was with one of his friends and he showed up with another guy friend. Hi Jenna, do you maybe know where I could find sourdough bagels? Bagels? Very good question. In Montreal, I don't think I know a place for bagels, but if not, Miette has amazing sourdough, amazing English muffins with sourdough. But yeah, where did you and your fiance meet? I answered that one already. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a bit more spicier. I don't know if I feel comfortable answering this, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna skip this question and maybe answer it at the end, but we'll see. What made you decide to take a solo trip and why Australia? So for those who don't know, I just got back from a trip to Australia. So it was supposed to be a solo trip, but I ended up going with one of my girlfriends, Victoria. She was super down. And you know what? I was like, I'm going to the other side of the world. Let me say yes. And she came earlier and I stayed afterwards alone. So Australia has been on my bucket list for over 14 years. And I remember when I was in high school, I used to go in my mother's room every morning and sit on her bed and watch the TV that was in her bedroom. And I used to listen to this, how do you call this? Like, not a network, like the news. And it was called Salut Bonjour. It was in French. For those who don't know, I'm more French than English. And yeah, there was an ad after the show Salut Bonjour, and it was this woman in Australia by the water, exploring, snorkeling, and I was like, you know what? One day I will go to Australia. And I remember that day specifically, I had an exam, and in my head I was like, if I pass this exam, because I was really not ready for the exam, I'm gonna go to Australia one day. Guys, little did I know, I passed the exam. So I added it to my bucket list. And yeah, I'm 30 years old, finally did that trip, had the best support from my partner, my friends, my family, and I decided to go all the way to Australia, stay there alone. And I didn't go there to find myself. A lot of people were like, wow, did you find yourself? I was not lost. Prior to going to Australia, I just really wanted to do it. It's a different way of living over there. It really intrigued me. And I also went in their summertime. So us, it's winter. Them, it was summer, and it was beautiful. Why Australia? Who wouldn't want to go to Australia? Next question. What supplements do you take every day? Every day, what do I take? I take some magnesium at night. I will take some digestive enzyme if needed. I take some vitamin D, some spray, because it's winter here. We're not really exposed to the sun as much. From the top of my head, that's really what I could think of. I take some electrolytes daily, especially with my sports, my running, my bike, swimming. Electrolytes are really important. If not, I also add some salt to my water on the days that I don't do much cardio. How did you get into content creation? And I want to start, but I'm too shy. I feel like I get this question a lot, and I don't know, a lot of people probably don't know this, but I'm a personal trainer and I train people from my home. I have a gym in my home, so people come to my home and I train them either one-on-one, semi-private, and group classes. And I started doing some content creation, I would say seriously, the last 2 years, but this year specifically, like, I feel like I've just been so consistent, sharing more, being less shy, and it for sure helps a lot when you're just consistent with what you're doing, like anything in life. I was always shy as well. Right now I'm recording this video and I waited for my partner to leave the house for me to do it, just because I'm shy. It's not easy to talk openly in front of people, and it's not easy for me to vlog or film when I'm in the outside with some friends, because sometimes you don't know how they feel. Do they want to be on camera or not? So I could get the shy, how being shy is hard, especially if you want to do some content creation. But I remember I posted a video about this topic on my Instagram and a lot of people resonated. One day someone told me, you are your biggest enemy and you are the only one preventing you from doing what you really want to do. So if it's content creation, you have a lot of content on your phone. Just post it. Stop being a perfectionist. Stop looking at what everybody else is doing, because those are just blocks that are preventing you of doing what you really want to do, because you're trying to be perfect. Yes, I'm wearing a bit of makeup, but I would have regardless done this video or not, even if I didn't have makeup on, because I show myself a lot on social media without wearing makeup. So if you're always trying to look perfect, have the perfect hair, have the perfect outfit, it's gonna be hard for you to be perfect Monday to Sunday. So what's the best way? It's just being natural. Start little by little. You don't have to start posting everything about your life. It could be just, let's say, writing on a post example. My dog is snoring and I can't deal with this right now. So excuse me if you hear my dog snoring in the back. Tips for how to stick to calorie deficit struggling mentally. I love this question. I feel like a lot of people, for weight loss, think it's either all in or all out. It's either they eat super good during the week and on the weekend they just completely binge. Being in a calorie deficit shouldn't be as hard as you're probably feeling. If it does feel miserable, I would adjust it or talk with your coach. It shouldn't feel torture, especially at the beginning. Start by doing small little changes. Don't start eating rice, broccoli, chicken if you always eat out at Starbucks or Tim Hortons for your lunch. Don't bring those for lunch. You're not going to eat them. It's going to be extremely hard for you. Start little. I suggest that you try your best to cook your meals so you know what you're eating and you could actually enjoy them. Sometimes it's really hard when you're eating out, you lose track of how many calories you're eating and you no longer are in a calorie deficit. Being in a calorie deficit shouldn't feel like torture, especially at the beginning, unless like we're doing a drastic cut here. But yeah, I think it's you being too overwhelmed on doing too much that's mentally struggling you. And I would probably take a little step back and see the overview instead of just going all in and like trying to lose the weight and trying to stress your body. Your sleep is important in there. It's not just what you're eating. So yeah. Next question. Did you take daily vitamins? If yes, which ones please? I answered that already. How did he propose? Can we see pics? My partner proposed to me in my living room, right here on the opposite side of this camera. It was during Christmas time in December. I will insert a picture right here, but I'm gonna try to keep it as private as possible just because I want that memory to be between me and him. I've never posted our video of the proposal because for me it was just so special and we already post so much online that I wanted to keep that for between me and him. But if I could tell you fast, it was during the holidays and I remember one day I looked at him and I was like, we should do a staff party, for Christmas, but in our business it's just him and I. So he found it funny and he was like, yeah, let's reserve. We're going to go out to a restaurant where we're going to do a Christmas party. We're only 2 employees, but whatever, anything to go on a date. So what had happened is that one day he told me, okay, we're going to go out at this restaurant. It's called Le Chien Fumant, which is one of the places we went for like one of our first dates. My posture's terrible. I'm like this. So Le Chien Fumant, he reserved. He was like, our reserve is at 7:30. I was working that evening, I remember. So I finished work. I came upstairs. I just got dressed. I had done my makeup lightly. And my hair was already done because I had the weekly blowout. So I was all ready. He told me, please don't wear sweats. Like you always wear sweats for work. Try to like dress up a little bit. And I had no idea it was coming because we had just went to Disney. I thought he was proposing in Disney, didn't propose there. We had a few trips lining up and I was like, he's for sure gonna propose to me at this trip because it's so romantic. I don't know, I kind of had a feeling like it wasn't happening now. It was gonna happen in one of our trips coming up. So that night I was all ready and it was during the holidays, very close to Christmas. And I remember I had told him that I really wanted this necklace with the letter D that one of my clients downstairs always wears. And he was like, okay, perfect. So when he proposed to me in my living room, he told me, could you turn around? I have something for you. So automatically me, I'm like, oh my God, the necklace. He turns around. He asked me to move my hair. He puts the necklace on and he's like, this is just a little something. Like I knew you really wanted this, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to say everything that he said. And then I turn around, but as I'm turning around, I'm looking at the necklace and I'm like, this could not be happening right now. He was on one knee. He was proposing. My 2 dogs were here. And I remember when we first met, I was like, whenever you propose to me, whenever we do get dogs, I would love our dogs to be there. My dogs are everything to me. So he did it at home during the holidays and it was the best day ever. No questions, you're awesome. Oh my God, thank you. Honestly, like I blush so much because you guys are amazing. I do get some shitty questions. Don't get me wrong. I'm not answering all of this because there's some of them they're just like out of touch a little bit. Do you use the sauna? I personally do not have a sauna. I actually just got a cold plunge from Nordic Recovery and I'm so excited to set it up. But today it's minus 22 degrees, so I will not be setting that up. But a sauna specifically, I don't have. I've never really used it, but now I go to this gym called Apt Fitness in Terrebonne and they have one. And I am planning on using it and taking advantage of it. Let me see any other questions. I'm traveling to Australia in April. Any tips and recommendations? Honestly, don't overpack. The airlines are terrible over there. They charge so much if you're overweight. I would basically bring a carry-on and a personal bag. I don't know for how long you're going for. If not, try to bring half of your luggage empty. You're gonna shop there. You're gonna wanna like hop from one place to the other. If you're not driving around, like let's say from example, Sydney, you're not driving to Byron Bay or Brisbane, you're gonna wanna pack light because by plane, they really charge a lot. That would be my number one tip. Bathing suits, active wear, light hoodies, Havana sandals, because those were really in. Pack very light. Yeah, nothing fancy. Don't bring heels. Don't bring your nice designer stuff. People are unimpressed and you're not going to want to wear them because you're kind of going to feel out of place, honestly. The way of living there is so simple and I loved it. So that would be my recommendation. Any tips specifically? Honestly, just enjoy. Enjoy to the max. The people over there are super nice. It's one of the best places I've ever been and I've traveled in a few places. Let me take a little sip. I'm trying to see if I have any more questions. I had so many. I have some like, how old are you? I'm 30 years old. Honestly, I think I'm gonna keep it at this, short and sweet. If you guys have any questions, pop them in the comments below. But yeah, for this week, it's only gonna be this little Q&A. I'm already filming a weekly vlog because today we're Monday. I'm gonna post this like right after. Today we're Monday and I started filming. I also am posting a tiny bit more on my Instagram and TikTok, so you can make sure to follow me there. But on that note, thank you so much for following my channel. If you like, comment, it truly helps me, and make sure you subscribe to be notified for your next view of my videos. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.